Hi, I'm Mike. I'm an addict. Thanks for viewing the video, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about 12-step meetings and 12-step recovery. Just a little general overview. So it will apply to any kind of addictions. 12-step isn't the only form of recovery people can go through, but it's the one I'm most familiar with, so best to talk about that one rather than any other ones. So I know when I first found out about a recovery group for my particular addiction, I was advised to go to a 12-step meeting. And if you've never been before, it can seem very scary. You'll just go into a place where you know there are going to be a lot of addicts of whatever description your particular addiction is. So there's a lot of trepidation, and I remember going to my first one. I'd emailed someone first. He was going to meet me at the door, and I was quite surprised. He seemed like a perfectly normal, decent bloke. Sort of shook my hand, took me in, introduced me to a few other people. They all seemed pretty decent, normal people too. And I think that's what you will quickly find, is that the vast majority of people at these meetings are just, in inverted commas, normal people. They just have this one thing in particular in common, which is they struggle with whatever the substance or behaviour that they struggle with is. And that having that one thing in common allows people then to focus on the shared goal, which is recovering from that problem. So you can get people all ages, all genders and creeds, from all walks of life, and everyone's equal within a meeting. No, it doesn't matter if you've been to 1,000 meetings or it's your first meeting, you're still all the same. You still have as much right to be there, as much right to speak and to say whatever you want. There are some sort of loose rules recovery groups have. They have 12 traditions as well, which just kind of govern how meetings should be run, basically so that it's open to everyone, and the primary message, which is helping people to recover, isn't sort of diluted by by various people's egos or someone being dominant and wanting to take over and taking the group in a particular direction. There are kind of general rules in place so that, like I said, everyone is equal within the group. There are no leaders, and everyone's there for the shared purpose of recovery. So you'll go to your first meeting. Generally, people just sit around in a circle in chairs, again, so that there's no leaders. And they quite often follow a similar pattern. There'll be various readings, and then there's normally a time during that meeting where everyone, if they want to, can share whatever they're feeling or experiencing at that time. And then afterwards, when you finish the meeting, you might hang around, have a cup of tea or coffee and a chat with people, and either about recovery, how your life's going, or just normal everyday chat about work, sports, TV, whatever it might be that interests you. And quite often you'll find people will swap numbers. They can contact each other during the week between meetings, and it just creates a good, safe environment for being able to talk about your feelings, experiences. And because when you initially go, by default, everyone else there will have more experience of meetings and recovery than you. You can feed and use that experience to help your own recovery. And as you then become more experienced, you'll then end up helping people who are new and come into the group as well. So I won't go over the steps and traditions now, but basically, if you ever find you have a problem and are recommended a 12-step recovery group, definitely go. You're always recommended to try sort of 4 to 6 meetings and then decide if you think it might be useful for you. You're not tied in, you don't pay for it. It's always free, and you know, which is a great thing. It never, again, it's a way of not excluding anybody on the basis of, you know, how well off or how rich they are. And yeah, give it a go. Be open-minded, willing to try things which you maybe wouldn't have tried before. Don't be put off by the word God, which appears quite a lot, but God isn't, you know, a religious figure in 12-step meetings. It is just some form of higher power which you can kind of look to, and just to realize that you're not the highest power in the universe. You know, that you're just a person, and things do go on and happen despite anything you might try and do. So yeah, don't be put off by the God word, and give it a go. Try 4 to 6 meetings, see if you see any benefit, and yeah, be open-minded, give it a go. Okay, I'll be back with another video soon. Hopefully one day someone will find this and it'll be useful for them. And until then, goodbye.